The open world genre is one of the most popular ones in the medium of games, and we have been seeing plenty of developers blending that with survival elements in new and interesting ways. The last few years have seen many open world games with survival elements, and here are 20 such games that you should definitely try. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. Developer GSC Game World brought the Stalker series back into the limelight with the recently released Heart of Chernobyl, which undoubtedly represents the peak of the series. It takes what worked in the prior entries and creates something that's bigger and better in almost every way. It blends a modern gameplay framework with the brutal survival mechanics of past entries, and that culminates in an experience that's sure to stay with you long after the credits roll. Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2. Kingdom Come: Deliverance was one of the best RPGs of modern memory, and Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 is much bigger and better in that regard. The countryside is filled with quests to pursue, places to visit, and gear to collect. It's a hardcore RPG through and through, and the brutality of these mechanics induces a sense of survival which makes it feel like a glorious throwback to the past. Once Human. Developed by Starry Studios, Once Human is all about surviving against insurmountable odds in a post-apocalyptic world that's overrun by all sorts of fierce monsters and deadly threats. Cooperation is a big part of Once Human's gameplay, and friends need to work together to have a shot at survival as you slowly work to build better equipment and camps. In addition to this, Once Human also boasts great art direction with interesting beast designs, making it a fascinating game to really sink your teeth into. Enshrouded. Enshrouded puts you in the shoes of Flameborn, who is the last line of defense against the otherworldly threats that threaten mankind. You must hunt down animals and scavenge resources to craft weapons and lead the charge against these creatures. Enshrouded features plenty of options for build customization, which makes for a thrilling ride through and through. Palworld. Palworld offers a rather unique blend of contrasting ideas that surprisingly work well with each other, making it a game that well and truly stands out from the rest of the crowd. Palworld involves collecting a varied bunch of pals, which are cute, cuddly creatures that you can find in the open world, and then use their abilities to explore new territories and craft all sorts of items and factories for equipment. Sons of the Forest. Sons of the Forest is a successor to Indelight Games' The Forest, and it is bigger and better than what came before in every possible way. The survival loop can be pretty brutal, and the power fantasy accrued from slowly exploring the world and getting better gear is pretty captivating. Sons of the Forest also interweaves a compelling narrative with those mechanics to create something that'll keep you occupied for a long time. Valheim. Iron Gate's Valheim stands tall as one of the biggest surprise hits of recent memory, and that's for good reason. Valheim boasts endless replayability by virtue of its procedurally generated maps, but what makes it rather engaging is the compelling loop of getting stronger through collecting resources and taking up bigger and bigger challenges as you try to conquer its larger goals. The co-op options are also pretty fun, making it a perfect way to chill with friends. Dying Light. Techland's Dying Light was released back in 2015, and it still stands tall as one of the best games in the survival horror genre. And that praise and longevity can be largely attributed to the mix of dense open world along with a movement system that's as functional as it is fun. Combine that with a vast pool of side content and an engaging story, and Dying Light can keep you hooked for hours on end. Rust. Developed by Facepunch Studios, Rust is a game that's all about surviving against a multitude of threats hell-bent on killing you. It features a well-fleshed-out survival gameplay loop where you must juggle resource collection, monitoring stats, and building gear to have a chance at survival. And procedurally generated maps add a neat twist to the entire affair. Rust also boasts incredible options for creating your own games, which will keep you coming back for more and more. Factorio. Factorio's gameplay revolves around creating immaculate production lines and manufacturing plants But to do so, you have to first collect resources and fend off the locals who aren't pleased with these technological advancements. Factorio's gameplay loop is extremely well crafted and simulates cognitive thinking, which is something that not a lot of other games achieve in this. Subnautica. Subnautica is a masterclass when it comes to mechanical horror, and it expertly blends brutal survival mechanics with the fear of the unknown to create something that's pretty unique in a genre known for homogenization. There's a very tangible sense of progression as you get access to better resources and craft them to dive deeper and deeper into the ocean. Combine that with an engaging story, and Subnautica can easily keep you coming back for more and more. Dismantle. Dismantle starts with the player emerging from a bunker and exploring an island that's overrun by fierce zombies. You have to collect different resources by breaking stuff and then use them judiciously to craft weapons and tools to fight against zombies. It plays good and makes for a pretty chill game that can be enjoyed at your own leisure. Green Hell. Green Hell takes place in the deepest reaches of the Amazonian rainforest and tasks players to survive in such brutal conditions. You have to collect all of the essential resources, craft tools for survival, and build a shelter to make a living out of nothing. Green Hell puts a lot of focus on realism, which makes it stand out from the contemporaries of the genre. Project Zomboid. Developed by the Indie Stone, Project Zomboid brings forth a unique blend of nostalgia, blending a post-apocalyptic open world teeming with zombies, and pairs that with a 2D over-the-top perspective. It's a hardcore RPG where player progression is a key part of the gameplay experience, and mechanics have immense depth, which create a pretty well-rounded game. Ark Survival Evolved. Studio Wildcard's Ark Survival Evolved thrust players into a hostile world teeming with large, prehistoric creatures, and tasks you to use nothing but wits and primal tools to survive against the odds. You must keep tabs on vital resources like food, oxygen, and water, and use your cunning to take these creatures and other threats down. Add to that story expansions, and Ark becomes a game that's bursting with content and creativity. Days Gone. Days Gone might not have been one of the finest games to come out of Sony, but it is definitely one that has remained underappreciated. While it doesn't veer too far from the tried and tested survival tropes, it does have a few tricks up its sleeve that can help carve out its own identity, ranging from a highly customizable motorbike to the freaker hordes. The pacing and story might be inconsistent, but it is definitely worth a try regardless. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky might not have started life on the best foot forward with its lofty promises that were left unfulfilled, but Hello Games stuck with it for the long run, making No Man's Sky one of the best games in its class. At its current stage, No Man's Sky boasts an extremely large open world filled with different planets to explore, complete with distinct wildlife and resources to collect, all of which help you survive into the vast abyss. 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die takes concepts from different genres and creates a unique amalgamation. It brings together a first-person perspective with survival horror elements and defense tower building to create a fun and satisfying gameplay loop. Couple that with a wealth of content that explores these mechanics to the fullest, and you have a great formula that's unmissable for fans of the genre. Minecraft. At this point, Minecraft has transcended from just a popular video game to something that has made its way into the very fabric of pop culture. Minecraft's simple sandbox is one of endless possibilities, and countless fans have been using these tools to create genuine wonders of all kinds. Of course, there's the survival mode, which also provides a rather engaging experience through and through, making it something that can be played for thousands upon thousands of hours. The Planet Crafter. The Planet Crafter takes well-known survival mechanics like resource collection and crafting and expands the scale to a larger degree. In the Planet Crafter, just collecting resources and crafting gear isn't enough. You actually have to build out large structures and build equipment that can transform an entire alien planet from an inhospitable place to an extraterrestrial base, complete with flora and fauna, water, and oxygen.